everybody, this is Miss Penny with another one of Miss Penny's favorite foods. This is a blackberry orange muffin. This was one of the great breakfasts we would have on the weekends. So let's get started. It's an easy one. You don't need a mixer. Do it all in one bowl with your spoon or your whisk and you're done. All right, we're going to start with 2 cups of flour. In this I have 2 tablespoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt. And that's going in. We're going to add half a cup of, or 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And we're going to just whisk that together a little bit. Okay. It's a really easy muffin recipe. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's fresh and it's good, and it's right at the end of August time when the blackberries are the most sweetest. So that's why we're using our blackberries. All right, so for that, we're going to add our wet ingredients, and we're going to put them in a smaller bowl so that we can put these in here first. This is 3/4 of a cup of milk, and I added a little bit of heavy cream with it just to boost it up. You don't have to do that if you don't have heavy cream. Just use 3/4 cup of milk. To that, 1 stick of butter, melted. Put that in there. Like I said, it's an easy breezy recipe, but it's really good and everyone will enjoy it. 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. We're going to add about, I put a tablespoon of vanilla. I like vanilla. You know I like vanilla. And you just kind of whisk it together, breaking up the eggs, mixing it a little bit. And here is 1 orange zest. I used a navel orange, and this is the zest from that navel orange. And I'm going to put that in there, because this is a blackberry orange muffin. You're going to love these. They're great with tea. They're absolutely phenomenal with coffee. They're good by themselves. You can use any fruit you want. I use all kinds of fruit. My 2 favorites is blackberry and peach, but you can use any kind you want. Okay, so to that dry, we're going to mix our wet. And that's our 3/4 of a cup of milk and cream. It is our tablespoon of vanilla. It is our orange zest from 1 orange, 1 navel orange, and 2 whole large eggs. And we're almost done. This is almost it. And then we're going to blend it together. At this point, I'm going to whisk it. The last thing I'm going to do is put my blackberries in, because we don't want to crush them. They're beautiful whole blackberries, and we want to keep them that way. So we're going to fold this in until it combines, which will take you a couple of minutes or less. But the great thing is you don't need a mixer. You don't need a mixer. Muffins, you don't want to overmix them, so you just want to blend it and combine. Now, we're going to add our blackberries. These are our blackberries. I soaked them in sugar. I soaked them in sugar so that they would have just a tiny bit of sweetness in them. So what I did was I took about a couple tablespoons of sugar, and I put them in a small saucepan, and I put the saucepan on low, just enough to melt the sugar. I didn't want to cook the blackberries. I just wanted to melt the sugar so that the sugar could get into the blackberries. And then I let them set and absorb that and become room temperature. And that is our muffins. And we're ready to We're ready to put them in the oven. But this is a great, great, great muffin. We didn't have to have a special occasion for muffins. It was just whenever my grandmother thought it was a good day for them. And a lot of times, if whatever fruit she was using is overripe or about to be overripe, then she would make muffins to our delight. So it was a treat, but it was a expected treat. I guess you don't realize how blessed you are to get muffins, just periodically whenever, depending on what fruit was in season. And this was a way to fill us up cheaply because you see, it doesn't take a lot of ingredients to make muffins. It really doesn't. This makes a dozen muffins. And that's pretty much it. We just assumed everybody had them. We take a little bit from this. We assumed everybody had them. Most people around us, somebody in their house was bakers, was scratch bakers. And so I wasn't surprised if we weren't the only ones that had muffins all the time. But muffins is just a great way to feed your family. It'll make them feel special, but it's so cheap. It's cheap. A couple of cups of flour, a little baking powder, 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of sugar, a couple of eggs. It takes more than that for breakfast, but you can have this and maybe some oatmeal, and you can feed 6 kids. So this is it. We're going to put these in the oven on 350. And when they come out, we're going to give them a light maple glaze. So here we go. All right. That is our Blackberry orange muffins. They're going to have a maple glaze on them when they come out. And it'll feel like you're eating pancakes, Blackberry pancakes. It'll feel like breakfast. It'll feel like brunch. It'll feel like dessert. It'll feel like a treat. And it costs almost nothing. All right. I'll see you in a minute. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a sec. Okay, everybody, I'm back. The muffins are out of the oven. They were in the oven for 20 minutes on 350. And they're out of the oven. We're going to make our maple glaze and glaze them. And we will be done. I've got 2 cups of powdered sugar. And to that, I'm going to add, and you have to just eyeball how thick you want your glaze. This is a milk glaze. If you use a milk glaze, your glaze will be white. It'll be white and creamy. If you want a clear glaze, use something clear like water or lemon juice, lime juice, anything that doesn't have any kind of milkiness to it. But for this, I want the color to pop, so I'm going to use a milk glaze. I'm also going to use a few drops of McCormick maple flavoring, and that's it. All right, here we go. And for glaze, you just have to just play with it until you get it the consistency you want. And you really can't mess it up, because if you get it wrong, you just add a little bit more liquid or a little bit more powdered sugar. So it's just an easy way to put a little sweet on top of something, and also to seal in the moisture, seal in the flavors. That's about where I want it. That's about where I want it. So, I don't know. I guess I used about 4 tablespoons of milk maybe. Okay, so now we're going to put our maple glaze. And for this, I'm kind of measuring it. I'm measuring in the cap. So I'll put about, I would say about 8 drops. So maybe half a teaspoon or 1/8 of a teaspoon. Smells great. The reason I'm using a maple glaze, you can use any kind of glaze you want on these. I'm using a maple glaze because I kind of want the breakfast kind of feel, and also the fall kind of feel. And maple syrup, you know, fall and winter is when it comes alive. So that's the reason for the maple flavor. You know, so it really goes good with the blackberries and the orange zest inside of the blackberry muffins as well. So it's just a good mix. All right, so here we go. And all I'm doing is letting the glaze just drizzle down on my muffins. You don't want it perfect. It's good to have something up under this so that it catches the glaze and the bottom of your muffins do not set in glaze. And all I did for this is I took my rack tray and I just turned it upside down and put it on a cookie sheet. That's it. That's all I did. And that's all it took. So you use what you have. You know how to improvise. We all do. So this is the blackberry orange muffins with a maple glaze. And you will love it. You will absolutely love it. You will absolutely love it. You got to try it. You have to try it. You must try it. All right. So let's try one and see how it looks. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with this one. And we're going to see. We are going to see. I'm going to cut it open so you can actually see the blackberries. Do you like blackberries? I love blackberries. People don't use them as much. I don't know why. They can get pricey. I get that. All right. Here is a piece of the blackberry muffin. Here we go. Big pop of blackberry. So good. So, so, so good. With a cup of coffee, oh my gosh. You've got to try it. It's so good. It's really, really good. The blackberries is just a wonderful pop in your mouth. And don't cook your blackberries. Just soak them in a little sugar. You want the whole integrity of the blackberry. You really do. Okay, well, this is it for this segment. Please subscribe. Please share. And please like. I love you all. You've been so supportive. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. And thank you. You're helping me get my last 600 views. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a long, but we're almost there. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I'll talk to you soon with another Miss Penny's Favorite Foods. All right.